It's time for the QB64 Programming Lab with A.L. Knight. Would you like to learn to program? It's really rather basic.
It's a lot of fun, and you're the boss of whatever the computer does next.
Forget the line numbers from the past. This software works and it's pretty fast.
Just follow along with A.L. Knight,
And you'll be on your way.
it's programming for play. A fantastic hobby, yay! Make all kinds of different things and show them to your family.
Or you can hack the Pentagon. No, just kidding.
Just go to QB64phoenix.com or try it out at qbjs.org. For any computer, it's live on the net.
You can practice right along.
And get your coding on. And now it's time for A.L. Knight to show you how to code just right. You'll be showing off with all your might. So just grab a snack and do sit tight. You're gonna learn to code tonight.
Okay, today we're going to work on something rather fun. One of the first type of programs I always loved making. I love randomness, as I've said before. And we just learned about dimensional arrays, so we're going to use them in this. This is just the beginning of a rainy day AD-Lib generator. I grew up with Mad Libs, and I can't use that word, obviously, so I don't want to get sued. So I decided to make a generator that you could have the user put in 5 of each type of word and generate random sentences after that over and over again using those 5 words in a random sequence, and never having the same sentence twice. And this is the beginning of something much larger. I used to have what I called an aphorism generator. And I don't like to hold hands, so go look up aphorism. But it's kind of like Mad Libs, but it generates the sentences all by itself instead of having user input. And you sit for a while and put lots of different words into the dimension statements. This is a little more simpler, and for the sake of a video, of course, you can figure out how to extrapolate it into something larger, and using more numbers than 5 and having the user put in more than just 5 of each word, which will get daunting for most people without much patience, which is anyone these days. However, I wanted to show what you could do, and this is something that just comes from the general idea of before computers, just the imagination of having a device that could say something, say random sentences completely on its own, and whenever you press the button on it, it comes up with something entirely different every time. You never get the same thing twice. So in this idea, I think it would be interesting to have a gimmick like that in a program. And of course, someone said, well, you should have a save feature to save these sentences. And that's all well and good, but we do have screen capture. So never reinvent the wheel in that way. But here is the opening. We've done the nouns. We gotta do verbs, adjectives, and prepositions. And this is going to create an ad-lib, or what we used to call Mad Libs, out of this. And sometimes not all the words will be used, and it won't be in the same order every time either. And this is just the very beginning, and I'm going to come back to this once I've written the rest of it. But I wanted to show how this was starting. We want to have def seg, which you always have to do right before you start dimensioning an array, making a dimensional array, which again, real shortly, is a list under one variable. And you use either the total number of each one you want to dimension it, to give it the absolute top number you want to fit in there. Or you can simply program each one individually, which is what I was talking about with the aphorism generator, which is a little different. You program everything in secretly, and the program just runs on its own and generates random sentences without any user input, which is a little more magical seeming. And I would love to see if you come up with that on your own and how that is done. If you could share that code, would be very awesome. Or if you have a compiler like this, which is free, then by all means share that program. I will be listing this code from now on out on these exercises onto the Substack, so you can actually use it and port it into either the QB.js, which is the free live version on the web, it will not compile, or the QB64, which we have here. So we got the Rainy Day Ad-Lib Generator version 1, and this is only have one sentence structure. I plan to fill this out and have it randomly choose different structures of a sentence, which means different entire sentences. But this is just for the sake of this exercise that is going to have one sentence structure. More in a little bit. Okay, so now I've made the rest of the program. This sentence is very basic. I'm just showing the functionality here. Not trying to be overly humorous or anything. That comes from all the input you put in. And just a note, I'm writing this as if the person's typing without caps lock on. So I'm hoping, right now I don't have the time or patience to deal with U case or L case. I'm trying to show something different here. But right here is the sentence. One adjective, descriptive kind of word, day, A, and then I'm going back and redefining a new adjective. When you have a loop and you're doing a randomized timer, if you set up your random variables, when you want to use an array and you use a different number for a different word, because if I didn't do that, it would all be the same word for each type. I had to redefine. I just use adjectives. I had to redefine the adjective again, but just the adjective, because I'm going to use a different random variable. And then I go back and I write the rest of the sentence here. And then I'm redefining a different kind of noun there, and I'm writing that noun. So I use the variable, and then in parentheses the numerical variable that determines the random number inside of the array. So it's going to pick up a random word that the user put in up here under each different type of word. And it's going to construct a sentence. It's going to either let them press the key to get the next sentence or wait 5 seconds and it'll automatically jump to the next one. Unless they press capital X, which will exit the program. So let's see that in work. Now, obviously this is basic, no pun intended. However, the point is to get you started. And if you can read through these programs and understand what's going on, you can learn how to add to them and change them. Whereas I will end up, no doubt, making multiple sentence structures that it will choose from on a different random level. So it won't always be that same sentence. And this is just version 1. Rainy Day Ad-Lib Generator version 1. We need 5 nouns, not all may be used in one sentence. Noun 1. Dog. Oops. Cat. Horse. Person, place, or thing. New York. I'll just say city. Cow. There we go. Past tense verbs. I'll do ran, sauntered, laughed, jumped, pounded. Purple, let's see. Descriptive words: large, skinny, fat, dumb. And then over, under, beside, above, behind. One dumb day, a large horse ran over a very confused cow. One large day, a skinny cow ran under a very confused city. Now, the thing with blind libs is sometimes the words will not actually make too much sense, but that was part of the fun of Mad Libs growing up, was that sometimes it just didn't make sense, but the whole school laughed, and I did a lowercase d and uppercase OG there. And one thing fun you can have if you like something like this, you can press print screen real quick and save it. And so it's just going through all these different sentences here. And it gets much more interesting when you create a different sentence structure. And I'm gonna exit here. And I'm gonna go over this print statement here. It can look confusing, but it's gotta print the value of the variable, and then the numeric value after the variable to show which word is in that array. And you want to space out the words. So one adjective, which is descriptive day, a something did something, and a preposition like next to a very confused something. And like I said before, if you use one in a loop of randomness, you have to redefine that random variable again so you don't get the same exact word twice. But you don't have to redefine all of them, just the ones you're using in this particular structure that I've set up here. But this is a rainy day AD-Lib generator. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will probably come back a little bit later with a better version to show off, but I wanted to show the fun you can have with variables and use something I taught in the last section, which is dimensional arrays, to show a different way to do that. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.